Hare Krishna. Welcome everyone. So we'll start with prayers. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrisabhanusute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे जय श्री श्री कृष्ण बलराम की जय श्री श्री निताई गौरांग की जय श्री श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा मैया की जय श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय श्रीमद् भगवद गीता की जय निताई गौर प्रेमनंदे हरि बोल So welcome all of you. So we are discussing third chapter. The name of third chapter is Karma Yoga, and in the Karma Yoga we have discussed till now that we should perform all the activities for the satisfaction of Supreme Lord Krishna. Otherwise we get the karma. Any action we do, we get karma. Karma means reaction of that action. So any activity you will do, you will get karma of that particular activity. So the moment you got a feedback, a reaction of any activity, then reaction will be either good or bad. Good activity we perform, we will get good reaction. Bad activity we perform, will get bad reaction. So in either of the case, we have to enjoy or suffer, and to enjoy or to suffer, we require a material body. So we have to accept a next body made of matter. So this body, our body is material, but our intrinsic desire, our deepest instinct is to enjoy eternally without any stoppage. You just go on, try to enjoy limitlessly. That is our inner core, deepest instinct of everyone. Even animals also, you see, if you sit and analyze the life of animals, so animals are also always trying to somehow or other be in happy state, or they want to, everybody, animal, bird, beast, in any kingdom you go, animal kingdom, man kingdom, so everybody is trying to enjoy their life, but the enjoyment is here in this material world is temporary. It will be finished at one time. So our deepest instinct is to enjoy eternally. So but the moment you get this body, you don't want to, you don't will be facilitated to enjoy, because this body has got limitation. This body which we have, it has got limitations. So many limitations we have. No, you cannot eat too much, there will be limitation. If you try to you know cross the limit of the body, then you will get problem. You cannot watch anything for a long time, you cannot hear anything for a long time. So anything, any of the senses you cannot gratify more than its limit. There is a limit to all these senses, but we want to enjoy limitlessly. There should not be any limit. So many times, no, when you have good food, your favorite item you got, now your stomach is filled, but you want to eat more, but you cannot exceed that. So that's how you can understand that you want to enjoy more, but there is a limit. Everywhere in this material enjoyment there is limit. You want to do more and more, but body will not facilitate to indulge into the activity and enjoy sense gratification. So this body is a punishment. As per Bhagavad Gita instruction, as per Bhagavatam, this body is punishment given to all of us. So if you remember, in Bhagavatam there is a pastime of Daksha. So in that, Daksha performed sacrifice, and he invited all the demigods except Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva is the son-in-law of Daksha, because Daksha had 28 daughters. So one of the daughters is Mother Sati, and Sati was married to Lord Shiva. So, but Daksha's, because Sati liked Lord Shiva, and so therefore she married Lord Shiva, but Daksha was not liking Lord Shiva, because the attire of Lord Shiva is all dirty, and he sits in crematorium, and where all the ghost hoblins are there. And not very good place, a very ghostly haunted place where Lord Shiva resides. So his appearance, he's having snakes around his neck, and all the ashes he has applied in his body. Not at all attractive form of the Lord Shiva. Anybody who sees, he will get disturbed and get fearful by seeing the form of Lord Shiva. So therefore, because of so many other reasons, Daksha was not liking Lord Shiva. But Mother Sati liked Lord Shiva, and so she married. Now, Daksha did not invite in the sacrifice when he had organized. And so this sacrifice was done in Haridwar. So there is a place there in Haridwar on the name of Daksha Yagya. There, and whenever you go, you can visit that place where Daksha performed sacrifice and invited all the inhabitants of upper planetary system and earthly planets, but except Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva did not get any invitation. So everybody is going, and Mother Sati is also seeing that everybody is going, but my father did not invite my husband. So being a daughter of Daksha, she felt it strongly, so that I should also go and visit and participate in the sacrifice. So she requested that maybe some issue had happened, so my father did not invite you. So but you cannot go without invitation. But I am daughter, so it is my duty. It is my I don't require any invitation for that matter. I am daughter, so I can go. So Lord Shiva, but somehow or other he pacified, and he made her understand. No, no, don't go. Your father is not interested in us to invite. So don't go. Better don't go. But she went. She did not hear Lord Shiva, and because of paternal affection, she reached to the sacrifice where Daksha was performing. But what happened there? Daksha criticized rather Sati, and Lord Shiva did not welcome her, and criticized very heavily Lord Shiva. So it did not please Mother Sati. So she got very, very upset. So when she was upset, now it is said that whenever, and Lord Shiva is Param Vaishnava, Vaishnavanam Yatha Sambhu, he is greatest devotee of Lord Shri Krishna. He is Vaishnava. So we should never ever hear the criticism of any of the devotees of Krishna. If you are hearing, then your spiritual life will be hampered. And if somebody is criticizing a devotee who is serving the Lord, who is a full-time devotee, and if you hear the criticism of such devotee, then your all the past credits will be finished. It is very, very dangerous. So either you go and the injunction is, if somebody is criticizing, so you go and defeat in refutation argument, defeat him and make him convince, and make him realize that what you have done is wrong. You go and beg pardon, and if you cannot do, you go and kill him. Yes, this is injunction given in the scriptures, that anybody is criticizing devotee and the Lord, you should kill him immediately. He is worthy to be killed. So, and if you cannot kill also, now in today's situation, you cannot kill also. You will be behind bars. So what to do? You close your ears and run away from that place. Or else you kill yourself. If you could not kill him, you kill yourself. You burn your body. You commit suicide. Because you have heard the blasphemy of a devotee, which is worse than suicide. So it is better for you to commit suicide than to hear. So this is the injunction given scripture. So Mother, now Sati, she has heard Lord Shiva's criticism. So she thought of finishing her body, that what is the use of this body, because this body is anyway coming from, it has come from a personality who is very much offensive to my husband. So this body should be finished. It should be burned to us. This body, I should not have any relationship with Daksha. Daksha is the very much envious person. He is not at all good person. So I should cut all relations. So for that I should finish this body. So she, by her mystic power, anyway, she is controller of this material universe. She is Mother Durga, no Sati. Sati's next birth, she appeared as Mother Parvati. So she is Durga herself. So by her mystic power, she produced fire and burnt her body into that fire. Now, when this news reached to Lord Shiva, then Lord Shiva was very much disturbed. Then he came over there and he was very angry. He wanted to, you know, devastate the whole universe. So he killed all those people who were there in Daksha Yajna. And finally, there was, Nanda Maharaj, not Nanda Maharaj, Nandi, the carrier of Lord Shiva. He also came over there, and he was also, you know, there was a lot of cursing. Nandi cursed all the Brahmanas that how can you sit calmly when Lord Shiva is being criticized and you are hearing? You're a Brahmana, you should not hear. Then Nandi, the carrier of Lord Shiva, he cursed that I curse you that you will get body, you will get material body, you will indulge into sense gratification, and you will have more and more such bodies. You will not get liberation. So the point is that this body is a conditioning, this body is a punishment, what body we are carrying. So we have to get out of this bodily, this covering. This is an entanglement to us. So for this, Krishna has given us the understanding how to not have next body. So that Krishna explained in ninth verse, that whatever activity we are doing, we should offer that activity, the result, to Krishna. Then Krishna explained about food stuff, that we should not indulge into anything which is not offered to Krishna. We should not partake into this. We should not consume such food stuff. We should only take Krishna prasadam. And if such facilities are not there, then pray from the Lord that, my Lord, please facilitate for me so that I can have your prasadam. And like that, we should be eager to have Krishna prasadam always. Otherwise, we are eating sin only. Yesterday we discussed. Now, continuing that, now Krishna will say something more about food stuff. So now we'll see here in the 14th verse. Krishna is saying, Annad bhavanti bhutani parjanyad anna sambhavah yagyad bhavati parjanyo yagya karma samudbhavah. Meaning is, all living bodies subsist on food grains, which are produced from rain. Rains are produced by performance of yajna, and yajna is born of prescribed duties. So here Krishna is saying that we all are living on the food grains. No matter how much advancement we do, ultimately we have to survive, and for survival we require food grains. In order to survive, we must consume food grains. Now somebody may say, no, I don't require food grains, I eat non-vegetarian. So now to eat non-veg also you require food grains. How? Because in order to supply the food to the animals are all vegetarian, they require green grasses, they require grains and all those things. To satisfy them, to feed them, you require food grains. Even though you are non-vegetarian, so even if you're non-vegetarian, then also you require food grains, and if you're vegetarian, then also you require food grains. And apart from this, there is no other alternative. Now in China and all those countries, they are eating all snakes and all kinds of things, very dirty rubbish and vulgar things they are eating. So for that also you require food grains. So either in non-vegetarian or vegetarian, both case you require green grasses, food grains for your life, sustenance of your life. Now food grains, how you'll get? You get from the field. You have to produce from the field. And from the field, how it will come? It requires water, rain. So it is very, very important that it should rain. Then only if it is raining, from the rain, food grains will be produced from the field. Now, how the rain will happen? Rains are not in our control. We cannot go and do some arrangements and shower the rains on the fields. No, no material scientist can do this thing. We are totally, completely dependent on the nature, on the higher arrangements. When there are clouds in the sky, clouds will, when they will fall the rain, then only rain will fall on your ground, on your field, and grains can be produced. So now rains कैसे आएगा? रेन्स को आने के लिए यहाँ पर भगवान ने एक बहुत ही अच्छा सीक्रेट बताया है, एंड दिस इज मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग. So rains are produced by performance of yajna. So this is the most revolutionary understanding. So if you at all want rains, then you have to perform yajna. So therefore, earlier, if you remember this Govardhan Puja, how it all started, Govardhan Puja in the beginning. So all the inhabitants of Brazil, they assembled at one place and they arranged for different ingredients for doing sacrifice to Indra. Why Indra? Because Indra is the caretaker of rain. He supplies the rain. So therefore, traditionally, culturally, it was their tradition that in Nanda dynasty, this Nanda Maharaj and his ancestors, they had been offering this sacrifice to Indra. So this understanding was there. Then Krishna asked them not to sacrifice for Indra, but we should do sacrifice for the satisfaction of Krishna, who is, that time he was present in the form of Govardhan mountain. So Govardhan and Krishna is not different. Therefore today thousands of people go and do parikrama of Govardhan, because Govardhan and Krishna is not different. So when you do parikrama of Govardhan, you please Krishna. So that is different story. But the sacrifice is always done to get the rains. Now in Satyuga also, Treta, Dwapar, every time in all the ages they used to offer sacrifices, and through sacrifice demigods. What happens in sacrifice? Sacrifice to Vishnu should be performed, not to all the demigods, and that is also not possible to separately satisfy all the demigods, because there are so many suppliers, food supplier, water supplier, air supplier, to whom sun god is also there. So to how many demigods you will go and perform the sacrifice? Not possible. So then it is said that the root of all these personalities are Krishna. So when you offer sacrifice to Krishna, all the demigods are automatically pleased. And when Krishna is pleased, all the demigods are pleased. Then naturally Indra will do his job, Surya will do his job, all the administrators, they will do their job, because they are all satisfied, happy by your sacrifice. So this was the principle, this was the system earlier, that if you require anything, you have to perform sacrifice. So sacrifice used to be performed earlier, and that's how rain used to happen timely. So by rain you can produce food grains, and fruit grains we subsist. Now unfortunately there is no sacrifice performed. So there is no rain today. There is no rain on time. Always there is catastrophe. There is disaster. Either there will be heavy rain or there will be drought. So now these natural calamities are coming very, very frequently. Things are not in order. Things are not coming in right sequence, because we are not satisfying the demigods by performance of sacrifice. Somewhere in the world, some part of the world, somewhere in small places, sacrifices are being performed. And what is that sacrifice? In Kali Yuga, one sacrifice is recommended, that is chanting the name of Krishna. Sankirtan Yajna. Sacrifice means Yajna. So one sacrifice, one Yajna is recommended in this age, that is called Sankirtan Yajna. So now, because we cannot arrange all the sacrificial items like butter, oblation, to offer oblation you require ghee and other ingredients like vegetables, woods, and plates, golden plates you require, and so many other items you require to perform the sacrifice. Now where you'll get all these things? There are no ghee, and that too pure cow ghee you require, and you require golden plates, and once those plates are used, you cannot again use that. So that was the system. That's how yajna used to be performed earlier. So this is not possible today to perform sacrifice. Therefore, very mercifully, Krishna appeared in form of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and he gave Sankirtan Yajna. Very simple process, the very simple Yajna. And if we can do this Yajna, all the demigods will be pleased because Krishna is pleased. So all the demigods will do their job perfectly. So who are doing this Sankirtan Yajna? Very less people. You only see in your college how many are chanting Hare Krishna. Not even 1%, 0.00001% people are chanting Hare Krishna. So majority of people are indulging into sense gratification, demoniac activity, and this killing and non-vegetarian killing the animals. Very, very dangerous and very sinful activity they are involved in. So therefore today nature is also giving them setback, big backfire we all are getting in the form of natural disaster or catastrophe like coronavirus. Like this we will face. And this today's people don't understand. Now thereafter material advancement, we are building so many big factories, and so many startups are for business, this, that. But these things will not satisfy us. We ultimately we want food, and for food you require fields, you require agriculture, you require farmers. Now there is no such supports, there is no such promotion where field. Now you see where in which um, city or in which government people are advertising about agriculture. You do agriculture, farmers are being promoted or supported. Where the advertisement for farming is being done? Nowhere. The advertisement is promotion is for and big so-called celebrity who are all demons. These celebrities are demons. They are not even human beings. Rakshasa, they are shaitan. So they are doing celebration for their movies. People whatever they have accumulated, and they go and promote for movie. Go and watch their movie and contaminate your consciousness. See what kind of promotion these rascals are doing. Anyway, but they will not do good promotion like agriculture, do farming, do good things, do plantation, nothing of a sort. So these things are not promoted. Then where is the hope for us to survive? Nuts and bolts you're not going to eat. You're not going to eat software, you're not going to eat hardware, you're not going to eat Python, Java, script, and networking. These things will not satisfy us. Money and motor car, mobile. Will we get satisfaction by getting all these things? No. Ultimately we require food grains, but there is no any kind of systematic um, advertisement and promotion for these things. So that is very unfortunate situation. So our current civilization, modern civilization, is at a great risk if it continues, where farming is, even farmers, though those who do farming, they are also getting a lot of suffering problems in doing farming. So they're also now sending their children for city to study, and ultimately they also want to quit farming. Those who are farmers professionally, they are farmer, but now the situation is so that they don't want farming. Now everybody, if they want their son to become engineer, doctor, nobody wants farmer, nobody wants do agriculture. Then where you will all sustain? Not at all. And today civilization is so complicated. It is caught in such a mess situation that if such outbreaks keeps coming like coronavirus, people will die. Even if you are millionaire, billionaire, but you will die, because we are interdependent, we are dependent on the market. Now you see in the college, everything is procured from the market. No, not that college had its own field where it is growing. No. So since from the salt till all the ingredients, whatever it may be, paddy, grains, barley, all these things, flour, everything you purchase from the market. Now if market is itself closed, there is no supply in the market, then where you will get this food stuff? Nowhere. Will die. Everybody will die. Either you have money, you will not eat papers, notes. So but people are not having this basic sense. They're not able to see all these things. So only an intelligent person whose intelligence is fine, refined, he only can see all these things. Otherwise we are all leading in illusion. So currently our situation is very, very risky. This civilization can collapse at any time. This system which we are following, it can collapse at any time. So therefore, our spiritual master Srila Prabhupada always he asked his devotees to have his own farming, self-sustenance model. Prabhupada has given that you should have cows, and we should have some tract of land, some acres of land, and for yourself, for the devotees, for the Lord, you prepare, you cook food, and you produce food grains, and you should have cows, and you survive very nicely. You don't depend on the market, and this is the best model. You see, in future, coming 10 to 15 years, society, the situation, the world will collapse. It is guaranteed. World will collapse. Now we saw in the coronavirus itself. Now the situation will go even more worse, and it will become more and more worse because people are becoming demoniac. No, so nature will backfire. Nature will not leave us. So that time you will die out of starvation. And those who have their own model, self-sustenance model, like farming and all these things, cow protection, they only will sustain. So we should also think on all these things. Practical. These are practical aspects. We should not live always in hallucination that yeah, ये कर लेंगे, वो कर लेंगे, बिलियनियर बन जाएंगे, मिलियनियर बन जाएंगे. बिलियनियर बनो, मुस्लिम पॉपुलेशन बढ़ रहा है, आपको मार के आपको कन्वर्ट कर देगा मुस्लिम, देन आप भी डेंजरस बन जाओगे. So risky, it is very, very. So we should practically think in all the directions what is happening in the world. We should not remain, callous or primitive understanding. So actually, primitive understanding is this: to become modern is primitive, not to become Vedic is primitive. People say anybody who follow religion, they are primitive. I would strongly say, emphatically say, those who are modern people, their mind is primitive. They are in understanding, their intelligence is very, very narrow. They are actually primitive. They are not able to see the reality. They are not able to see the practicality of the life. Those who are following Vedic culture, actually they are not primitive. They are broad-minded. So we should think in this way. Okay, so this we discussed. So this is the best antiseptic. This is the best vaccination. Our body is will be vaccinated, and we can, so like this we can have our own food grains, and we can take prasadam of the Lord, and we become completely immune from all these reactions. So all these things we understood. And now, so in this verse, if you see here, lastly Krishna says yajna is born of prescribed duties. So when we perform our duties, so that is yajna. So when we don't perform our duties, that is not, so that means we are not performing our yajna. Yajna means prescribed duty. And what is prescribed duty? You do your duty and offer the result to Krishna. So that suppose you got a job and you are donating to Krishna. So that money, when you are giving to Krishna, that money is a yajna. Yajna means sacrifice. Sacrifice for the pleasure of Krishna. So you are giving the money to Krishna, so that is yajna. So this yajna, it is recommended for Kali Yuga. So we should do this yajna. Regulated activities are prescribed in Vedas, and the Vedas are directly manifested from the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Consequently, the all-pervading transcendence is eternally situated in acts of sacrifice. So we'll continue from here tomorrow. We'll stop here. If you have any question, you can ask, or else we'll stop. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.